Hey, it's a hard thing to admit if you've been scammed. Well, you can feel a bit of shame, can feel really embarrassing. Sally Castle is in the studio now from here in Sale. And Sally, you've got a solution for us coming up, but you've also got a story about your mother.
Yeah, I do. My mum has been scammed a couple of times, and it was one of those things that she suffered a lot of shame and didn't want to tell the family that she'd been scammed because she just felt so stupid and she'd lost a lot of her confidence. So the first one was in relation to Centrelink. She got a Centrelink text, or it was supposedly from Centrelink, and it said that she owed a whole heap of money. I think it was something around $6,000, and she called the number on the line or on the text, and they guided her through the process of giving them money. And she kind of didn't feel very comfortable towards the end, but she was so invested in the phone call and so invested in what she was doing that she didn't feel like she could just hang up. And I think that's one of the things that happens when you get scammed. You kind of get emotionally sort of stressed out and a bit of cognitive overload as well. So decision making is quite difficult. She didn't lose the money in that the bank was able to help her out, which was a real blessing, I think, for her. But the problem is that the next time it happened, she got sucked in again and lost more confidence and didn't want to tell the family again that it had happened. And I think when you don't talk about it to other people, and if you suffer from shame, you're less likely to be able to make wise choices in the future.
Yeah, let's just be open about it because it's impossible. It doesn't matter how literate you are. It's impossible to sometimes work out what's real or not now. And it's coming straight to your phone, and there's such clever ways of doing it. It's not you, it's them. You're okay. And talking about it is really powerful. The second time your mum got scammed, what sort of scam was it?
It was via phone. And I believe it was somebody saying that it was her bank and saying that there was some sort of scam and there was some money movement around that. And so she was giving them her credit card details. Luckily, our nephew who was visiting her caught her in the act, actually, and he could see that she was really distressed over the phone and suspected that there was something wrong and intervened in that right at that time, and we were really lucky that he was there.
Now, Sally Castle, you've come up with a tool that's called It's Not Funny, Don't Lose Your Money. Yeah. Tell us about it.
It's a catchy title, but the idea of it is that no matter how much information is out there at the moment, some people don't seek it out and don't want to read the instructions, or it's hard to sort of get lots of information from the internet. And what I thought was I would create this e-learning tool that could help my mum practice the skills that she needed to avoid getting scammed. So practice hanging up on the phone, practice hanging up when she suspected that there was a scam, not calling phone numbers in text messages, not clicking on links, that kind of thing, rather than following instructions and getting lots of knowledge. So it's a skill-based e-learning tool, and I made it colourful. I made it easy so that my mum would get excited about doing it, and she seems to like it, and she hasn't been scammed since. So it's worked so far.
You did this for your mum and it's grown bigger. How long does it take? You run through and there's some examples?
That's a good question. So it's a scenario-based e-learning tool where you get to choose your own adventure. There's a character, and she is faced with different choices along her journey or of her day, and you are given the option to make choices. And if you make the wrong choice, this character suffers real world consequences, but you get to learn the lesson seeing what she suffers, but you don't actually suffer those real world consequences yourself. If everything goes fine and you make good choices, then she receives those good consequences. So it's like a choose your own adventure kind of story.
Cool. So how do people access it online?
They can go to my website, sallyslearninglab.com. They can also use the QR code that's available in the Gippsland Times.
It came local out. Paper at the moment?
Yeah, that's right. And there's also one for the Latrobe Valley Express. There's an article in there. And they can also go to the neighbourhood houses that we're sharing that information all for free.
When have you come close to being scammed?
Oh, I get so many texts these days.
It's every day now, isn't it?
It's crazy. And I think as we were talking earlier in the break, you get a text and it says, oh, you got to pay your bill. And so you have that tendency to want to just ignore it and think, oh, no, it's a scam. But you need to think about it. Sometimes we do have bills that we have to pay online. So there's that discerning bit of cognition and decision making that you need to stop, think and protect.
Look at the website, just checking the website, checking the number of the text. I had one recently and it came up, I don't know how the scammers do this, it said it was from my mum. It said mum. And so it was only, of course, you look on that, mum's messaging me and it was saying that my mum needed some money. She was at the supermarket and she had forgotten her wallet. I was so close to falling for this, so close, but I just looked a bit closer at the phone number and it wasn't my mum. So yeah, just taking the time to look a bit closer. But it's so sophisticated to come up in my phone with the name mum.
That's right. And I guess when we're talking about AI as well, in future, we've got, the voice recognition software and all of that kind of thing. There's going to be higher levels of this kind of thing. One of the things that I was talking...
No, it's going to get worse. Get ready, everyone.
Yeah, but there's things that we can do. And I guess that's the reason why I designed the e-learning tool, was to empower my mum, empower her, rather than just feeling like a victim and feeling like there's nothing we can do. It's all too hard. They're all coming at me. No, there are things that we can do. We can build up our confidence and we can build up our knowledge.
And also, you're not alone. It could feel really overwhelming getting caught up in a scam, but it's happening for everyone. So just keep talking about it.
That's right.
Thanks, Sally.
You're welcome.
Cheers. That's Sally Castle speaking to you, and her program is called It's Not Funny, Don't Lose Your Money. You're listening to ABC Gippsland. My name's Mim. Coming up, we'll be talking film. And when was the last time you watched a movie? Would love to hear from you. You can give me a call anytime as well, 1300 295 222. On the text line, Kath in Paynesville says, is there a version of this, Sally, that is with a male character, saying she thinks her dad would like to do it, but he might relate more to a male character?
At the moment, there isn't, but we could have the option. That's the beauty of having an e-learning course, is that it is adaptable for different characters, and we could also have one that is with more current text messages as well, because there's different ones that are coming out. They have phases. At the moment, it would be the ATO. But that's something that I could definitely look into. And I still encourage you to pass this on to your dad, because you never know. He might still understand the idea anyway.
Thanks so much. And thanks, Kath in Paynesville.